Diamondine dust and insulated fabric are way easier to get than you think. What's up, everybody? Amethine here, back with another guide for Dune Awakening, and this one's going to be relatively short and sweet, but today we are talking about farming Diamondine dust and insulated fabric. Now, Diamondine dust, I don't know if I'm actually saying that one right. Diamondine or Diamondine, I don't know, say whatever you want. But we're going to start with that one. So, Diamondine dust is relatively straightforward in terms of where to find that. You're going to find that here in Mysa Tarill, literally the landmark Mysa Tarill within the Mysa Tarill region. You'll also know it as the electric snake area or the electric worm area. But all you have to do is come here, deal with some enemies, and just scavenge the area for chests that will have plenty of diamondine dust to go around. You can also find some chests a little bit outside of the landmark, again with a couple of enemies guarding it, like in these little camp areas on the edges here. So we're going to get into that. You can kind of see how I go about approaching these areas. So I'll just kind of land outside here. And we will get started. So I've never found a chest in this little spot here under this this tarped area. So I don't know if one ever spawns. I've just never seen one. Usually where I find my chests within the greater landmark here is going to be kind of on the sides in these little like alcoves or these hallway areas that have some enemies. So if we go kind of up the staircase here, sometimes there's a chest in this area, sometimes not. Yep. Well, this isn't the right kind of chest, but general idea here. Okay, back to our search. Oh, I've already been this way. I'm a little directionally challenged. Oh, there's one. Alright, so these are the kind of chests we're looking for right here. So you got a little bit of diamondine dust in it, although this one only has one, which is unfortunate. I don't really care about the aluminum right now. So you'll usually only find one or two chests per side. If you're lucky, you might find three. The real gold mine for these chests is actually not on the sides. It's going to be within or behind a shield that we're going to get to here in a minute, but we got to find the key for it first. But we're going to keep looking at the sides right now just to get a little bit. Like here's another chest right here. This one's got 5 in it. You'll also find carbide scraps in the Mysa Tarill landmark. It's also a good place to farm those carbide scraps, which are going to come in handy for later on in your tech tree. Alright, no chest over here this time. We're going to backtrack a little bit now that we're on the other side.
My brothers, long has the sun of Arrakis blazed across the desert sands. Long has it burned upon the minds of all that labor under its dominion. Long have the winds of the
So, hopefully you are getting kind of the idea right now for Diamondine dust within Mysa Tarill. I'm going to show you that shielded location here in a second. I'll also try to find one of those camps on the outskirts of the landmark to show you where you can find one or two chests.
and beyond time itself, one has presided. One who marks not the movement of stars. One whose command of power is infinite. Whose knowledge is fathomless. But yet bears witness to the core of our
Okay, you're gone. You're gone. Might have a chest back here. No. Oop. A little overzealous on that launch. Alright, we'll go down this way. Always check behind these walls. Sometimes a chest appears there. Not super often. It's pretty random, but occasionally you'll find one back there. But typically it's going to be directly in the hallway path. Okay. We're not finding too many these alcoves right now, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens. We'll get to the outskirts here in a second, but for now, let's go down to where that big hologram is. And there's a couple chests that are sitting there where you'll find some Diamondine dust. And then you'll also find the key that we're going to need to get behind the shield, where we're going to find some more chests. Carbide scraps, Diamondine dust, a little bit of Solari. Keep an eye out back here too. We already found one chest over there when we came out of that alcove. There might also be one on the other side, which does not appear to be the case right now, which is okay. No, okay. Alright, so back here's the shield I was referring to that we just picked up the key for. I'm gonna go in here, deal with some enemies, and loot all the chests for the dungeon area. It will also have some scraps and some dust in it. Yes, yes, you're very fast, I know. Ah. Ah, I'm bad at this. There we go. There are a lot of snipers in here. Well, I say a lot. There's 3 snipers in here usually. Left, right, and center. Yep, there's the second one. Alright. that's all taken care of. We're gonna go through that door to get in there in a minute. First, we're gonna check out these side areas in case there are any chests over here, which there usually aren't, but my OCD will not allow me to not check. Yeah, didn't think so. Okay. Alright, here's the key. We come through here, and there's a few chests in here. See, got some Diamondine dust, some scraps, some solari, some spice, aluminum ore. I always want fuel cells. Some more dust and scraps. And then the main chest, which has dust, scraps, and fuel cells. Some spice infused aluminum, which we will take. Don't care about, well, I do care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. There's really, I mean, that's really it for the Mysa Tarill landmark. We're going to go to the outskirts here in a second. You don't have to go through this back door here. This is just a way through to the next region, the Udum region. So you just run through here. There's another shield at the end that takes you into the Udum region. So you don't really need to worry about that unless you're trying to farm some sand trout leathers. But we are going to go into that region here in a minute to farm our insulated fabric. But first, let's go to the outskirts. I'm also going to go get my ornithopter back. Alright, let's get out of here. Back to the ornithopter. Also remember, you can also buy Diamondine dust and scraps and stuff from the Griffin trade post. If you have the Solaris for it, it's not cheap, but it is an option. And just sorry, not the Griffin trade post, the Crossroads trade post, the one that's closest to this Mysa Tarill landmark. You can buy it. You can buy the dust and the scraps from there too, as well as insulated fabric. So as far as the outskirts for farming this dust, go over this way. See this area over here where there's usually some chests, one or two, and then down that little pathway there too. Here's one here. See, scraps, dust, fuel cell, solari. Wrong kind of chest, but take the heal kit anyway. Sniper shooting at me from somewhere. Okay, back to looking for chests. Not around there. Nope, going the wrong direction there. Okay, we want to be going down, not up. Yeah, so there's usually a little, like an overhang down here. Yep, there it is. It's usually guarded, usually 1 or 2 guards. There's 2 chests down here. Oh, no guards at the moment. Diamondine dust, scraps, don't care about the beer, fuel cells. Alright. And that's pretty perfect, really. Alright, well, that's pretty much the long and short of farming Diamondine does. You just go to this landmark in Mysa Tarill with the electric worm, where the that cult likes to hang out. And you just look around for a bunch of chests around there. And then once you scavenge this area here, make sure to go in that shield area, get the key from where that hologram is, go inside there and get the dungeon chests within another shield, and then make your way to this ruined landing pad here, where you'll find usually just 1, maybe 2 chests at most, and then drop down to that overhang where you can find 1 or 2 other chests to get your scraps and your diamondine dust. And that's really about it. You might find a couple other spots. You can usually find 1 or 2 chests within these outcoats on the right, and again on the left, and then sometimes back in this area that'll have some more dust and scraps in them. And then next, we're going to go to this northeast corner of the Udum area to farm our insulated fabric. So I will see you all there in just a minute. Okay, welcome to a little bit of insulated fabric farming. So we are in the Udum region. We are northeast, well, yeah, about northeast of Mysa Tarill, and we are in this far northeastern corner of the Udum region. So what we're looking for is a place called Stone Step Valley, and once we find the right one, it's right in this area where this contract marker is. But once you find the right building, which is right in front of me right now, you go in. You find your way inside, and there's some enemies in there usually, and you start working your way upward. And you're going to keep an eye out for the same kind of chests we were looking for in Mysa Tarill, but they should have small amounts of insulated fabric in them, usually somewhere between 1 and 6 per chest. But then when we get to the top for the final chest, that I have found has anywhere between 15 and like 30 insulated fabric in it. I've seen 30. I don't know if anybody else has seen more pop in that chest, but we're going to find out in a minute how much is in there. But we're going to look for the entrance here. You can kind of see the stone structure nestled in this rock formation here. There's one of the entrances. I think there's another one on the other side, but this is usually the one that I use. I just kind of park it right here. And again, so see here's Stone Step Village within Stone Step Valley here. In the Udum region, northeastern corner, next to the western shield wall. So we're gonna work our way inside here. Whoop. That was a bad decision. Shield off. Ah! Did my dispenser break? No. Then why is it not working? Alright, here's a chest right here. No fabric in this one. And we're going to start working our way upward. Now the chests aren't always in an obvious spot. You can usually ignore that. There's not usually much in there except maybe a little bit of Solari. It's also a quest or a contract chest that you get later. Here we go. Here's some right here on this little ledge. That's where we were. Got 8 fabric in here. Ooh, that's the most I've ever gotten out of one of these small chests. That's cool. Alright, we're gonna hop down this way. Back there. Thing in there. Keep working our way up. Oop. Oh, here's one over here. Oh, 8 more. Cool. Got some enemies to deal with. Oop. This is the top room here where the final chest is, the big chest that we want. Here's the big chest we want over here. Oh, we got 43. Also the most I've seen in this chest. That's cool. So that's pretty much the long and short of Insulated Fabric is this landmark here, the Stone Step Village. That is the main place where I find all of my Insulated Fabric. I haven't had much luck finding it outside of there, so if anyone does know of another place where I can farm it without having to buy it from the Crossroads Trader, which I don't really do anyway, I usually just farm this spot, wait for it to leave and wait for it to regenerate, come back and do it again. It's usually pretty quick. Not quite sure what the respawn timer is. It's not like super long, maybe I don't know, 20 minutes, 30, an hour, I don't know, something like that. It's not like I need a whole lot of Insulated Fabric usually, so I don't have to come here too often. But if that is your bottleneck right now, Stone Step Village in the Udom region is a pretty good place to come out with Insulated Fabric. That one run got me just under 60, which is usually more than enough for my needs. But my run of Mysa Tarill earlier got me 40 Diamondine dust, which is actually on the low side. I found that I usually in Mysa Tarill I come out with like 60 or more. So that one wasn't too lucrative that time, but like I said, I don't always find every single chest that I'm looking for. But I also came out of there with 40 scraps, which is, it's half decent. But then you just leave, wait for it to regenerate, go back and do it again. Doesn't take very long to get through it. So, appreciate you all watching and listening. Please do hit that like and subscribe button. I will have more Dune videos coming in the future. I'm trying to juggle this and Diablo right now. But yeah, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help me out, and it'll also notify you when more videos like this are released. So once again, I'm Amethine. Remember, power is gained, glory is earned. Amethine out.